YouTube, but be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for everything Royal Caribbean related. RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Happy Monday, every Monday. We are live with you right here on YouTube, hanging out, talking Royal Caribbean cruises together. Thank you for joining us here, whether it's your first time or your 50th time, or your name is Tropical Tom. I appreciate you being here. Always a pleasure having our friends here to talk some Royal Caribbean cruises together. And before we get started, we're going to be answering your listener. Oh my goodness, we're going to be answering your questions in just a minute. But we got to start off with the most important question, which is how many days until your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type your countdown in chat. Let's count down together. I believe I am at 23 days. If my math serves me correctly, I'll be going on Mariner of the Seas with the kids, taking the kids for the first time on a cruise since June. So be nice to take the whole family. I say that to myself now. I remind myself it'll be good to go with the kids. It'll be good. It's always good to go with the kids. You know, it's just any parent out there knows sometimes with your kids, it's just a little more complicated, right? Sharon Stockman is here. Hello, Sharon. Welcome. It is good to see you as always. My very good friend. Sub Zippo is here. Sharon, 83 days, so a back-to-back on Oasis. Nice. Keith Bruce is here. Christine Del Rossi is here. We love Christine. She is the most positive person out there. Always love her comments. Lindsay, hello. Vicky, hello. Michael, live on Oasis right now. Adam's got a question for us. Where did Adam go? Adam, where'd you go? You want to know about Liberty of the Seas? Oh, there it is. Liberty of the Seas. Any update on Liberty of the Seas? She's doing her test cruise. I don't think it's over yet. Maybe they have one more night. But they departed on their test cruise. No news is good news if you ask me when it comes to that. We've got some super chatters coming in. Holy moly, already off the bat. Mr. Tim Walton coming in with our first super chat. Tim, thank you for your generosity, sir. On Odyssey of the Seas, is the food at the wine bar included in the ultimate dining package? It is not, at least not right now anyway, Tim. When I was on Odyssey of the Seas, you do have to pay extra, which is interesting because if you go to the restaurant, so there's Giovanni's Italian Kitchen, which is the specialty restaurant. And attached to it is the wine bar, Giovanni's Italian Kitchen. And the kitchen, the wine bar, rather, is a separate event. It used to be Vintages on other Quantum class ships. Anyway, they have a food menu there, which is very similar, but not exactly the same as the food menu at Giovanni's Italian Kitchen, the restaurant. But if you have a dining package, it does not work at the wine bar. Again, that could change, but as of right now, Tim, the answer, unfortunately, is no. And by the way, Charles, before the stream even started, like 20 minutes before the stream started, somebody named Charles gave me a super chat. Charles, my friend, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And we have a epic super chat coming in from our good friend, Mr. Josh Carruthers. It is a slap your grandma. It's as good as it's so good you want to slap your grandma super chat or something like that. 46 days to freedom of the seas. Spectacular. Hashtag matless cruise. What? What's that about? That's not cool, man. But I appreciate your generosity, Josh. As always, what a legend. Lindsay, it's your first time catching me live. Welcome. We're here to answer your cruise questions, guys. So feel free to type your questions in chat. Hey, Brett Chafee is here. What's up, Brett? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's see. We got some more super chats coming in. Some questions coming in. Let's get to it. Archie with our super chat. Thank you, Archie. Appreciate it, buddy. Out of all the inventions in history, I think the dry erase board is the most remarkable. I need the effect where it zooms out my eyes so I can glare even more. Happy Monday to you, Archie. It's good to see you, buddy. The dad jokes are alive and well. I'm glad to see that. Prophet says, first time ever in your life cruiser. What? What have you been doing up till now? You need to call your parents right now and say, what were we doing up until now? Like school? Why? Work? What was that about? Grand Canyon? What's so grand about it? I'd have some strong words with your upbringers. Jason has our next question. Jason, thank you for your generosity with the super chat. 11 days till freedom of the seas. Can't wait. I panic purchased the at-home test to make sure I am set to go. And listen, man, you might have hit the panic button there, but I'm telling you, you actually did the right thing. I believe the at-home test that Royal Caribbean sells, you can also buy on your own anyway through emed.com. The Abbott test you can take at home, which is proctored, is absolutely fantastic. It's the way to go. So, and even if you don't use it, Jason, if you end up getting a COVID test somewhere else, like CVS or what have you, you have a test at home you can use in case something, you're not feeling well another day. So it has a lot of great value for that. Kimberly wants to know, how's the COVID-19 case coming out of the USA, in particular Florida, to the Caribbean? Have there been cases on cruise ships? Yes, Kimberly. But honestly, the protocols have been working. They've been very limited in numbers on Royal Caribbean, and it's worked out really well. I mean, it's honestly, Kimberly, and I am biased, freely admit this, but I do believe it is the safest place to be right now is on a cruise ship, at least a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. And why I say that is all the adults have to be vaccinated. Everybody under 12, everybody gets a test before the cruise. Anybody who's under 12 is unvaccinated, which are kids, are getting a test before the cruise, at the terminal, and if it's a long enough cruise, during the cruise. It is just the protocols are working fabulously. And, have there been cases? Sure. I mean, there have been cases on land, but nowhere near as many cases on land. I think that's a testament to the proven efficacy, the proven effectiveness of these protocols. So Jason wants to know, is Adventure this is getting anything exciting when a dry dock is complete or just polish? Nothing exciting, my friend. They're just doing some under the hood work. So, no amplification. Hey, Sharon Stockman with a super chat. Woo! By the way, Josh, I owe you woo for your super chat earlier. But Sharon, thank you. Woo! Checked in at 1 p.m. embarkation time when they changed final payment dates. Took away check-in. Well, I'll have to check in a second time when it reopens. Sharon, thank you for your generosity. I think you have to. Yeah, that happened to me too, Sharon. I had, I believe, 2 cruises that I had checked in for. And I ended up, they're now, I've seen that change as well. So over the weekend, if you had a cruise coming up in, I'm not sure exactly when it began, but somewhere November, December timeframe, they kind of reset the check-ins. Now I think they're all kind of like standardized at 45 days. This is not an official announcement. So we got to kind of read between the lines here, but you might have to. Here's my advice, Sharon. I would definitely make sure you check in on that. Recheck in on the date that it reopens just to make sure if that's not the case. Carlos wants to know, is the sushi restaurant separate from the hibachi restaurant? If you're talking about Odyssey of the Seas again, then yes. But on most ships, it is not. Usually they're one and the same. So, it's the Biffer wants to know, how many COVID tests do I need before my cruise? If you're fully vaccinated, you just need 1 test before your cruise, 2 days before your cruise. If you're unvaccinated, if you're a kid under 12, which only unvaccinated can go on a cruise, then you can get your test. You'll get 2 or 3 tests before your cruise. Depends on how long your sailing is. So, Cruising with Carol wants to know, hey, Matt, are you going on the Wonder of the Seas? Heck yeah. I booked the inaugural, and I'm actually double booked on the second sailing. Not sure which sailing we're going to go on yet, but I am booked on Wonder of the Seas March 4th. Can't wait. D-Alt is here. First time live. Guys, say hello to D-Alt. Thank you for joining us here. Or D, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but glad to have you here. Terry Simpson's got a question for us. Hey, Matt, Puerto Plata is not showing up on our cruise planner. Can we hope for Perfect Day or San Juan? Thanks. I had heard that they're building a dock there, and I think they're behind schedule, if I'm not mistaken. But honestly, I don't know any more information than you do, Terry. You have to wait for Royal Caribbean to give you an update on that. I wish I had a better answer for you, but yeah. Do I ever collaborate with Emma Cruise? Yeah. I've actually been on Emma's show quite a number of times. I've never had Emma on the YouTube show here. Listen, she's from England. I don't know if you might not be able to understand her. I mean, she claims she speaks English, but you ever seen her YouTube videos? There's subtitles. She just explain what she's saying. Joking. We love Emma. But yeah, anytime Emma invites me over there, love to go on there and talk with her. And the second she goes on a Royal Caribbean cruise, because she's booked everything else, the second she goes on a Royal Caribbean cruise, we'll definitely bring her on here to talk, because she is such a great person. One of our very, very good friends in the community. No question about it. All right, time to catch up on the super chats here. Dave and Sherry coming in with a super chat. Thank you, Dave and Sherry. 216 days till our first cruise on Harmony. Can't wait. Thank you for all the great info and tips. Really has been helpful. Thank you very much, Dave and Sherry. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hallman 2112. Thank you for the super chat. Jamie Oliver's or Giovanni's Grill, which was better Italian? Well, this is basically you're asking me, do I prefer, and this is again preference, is Giovanni's is classic Italian and Jamie's Oliver's is like new modern Italian, right? And of course, there's many Giovanni's that are out there. Are we talking about Giovanni's Table, like the OG one, or the new Giovanni's Italian Kitchen? I would rank them in this way. In preference, based on Matt only, I would say Giovanni's Italian Kitchen number 1. I would say Jamie's Italian number 2, and then Giovanni's Table, the old one, number 3 currently. So, let's see here. Oh, Nicole, no question. I mean, that was the case even before cruises restarted. I knew that already, but yeah. Andrew wants to know, how old is Royal Caribbean? Well, Royal Caribbean started, I believe they're a little over 50 years. I think they're 51, 52 years, something like that. What bars do you recommend on Oasis of the Seas? The pub is absolutely fantastic. The Trellis Bar in Central Park. The pub is on the Royal Promenade. The Trellis Bar is in Central Park. And the Schooner Bar. It's a classic. Can't go wrong with those. You'll like that quite a bit. Bear Bull Cruising. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Hey, Matt, took my first roller cruise on Harmony of the Seas about 2 years ago. Loved it. Here's a Harmony of the Seas super chat. Thank you, my friend. I love Harmony. That is my favorite ship in the fleet. I really, really like that. So, Candy wants to know, what's a good hotel in Fort Lauderdale for pre-cruise? I recommend. I actually just stayed there a couple weeks ago. The Hyatt Centric, Fort Lauderdale, Los Olas Boulevard. So it's Hyatt Centric, Los Olas, Losolas. It's a brand new hotel. It's in a great area. It's a lot of shopping and dining. Right, you can walk from there. It's a great location. I would recommend that quite a bit. We've got a super chat coming in from Celia Martin. A red down arrow with the vertical words here. Thank you, Celia, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, I'm really behind in the super chats. I got to catch up here, guys. Hang on. We got to give the super chatters some love here, guys. We just got to. Zach Montrose, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Hey, Matt, do you know if it's possible to split an FCC when booking a back-to-back? Both cruises would have to be less than the FCC value. Yes, for like, basically, Zach, you have, I'm going to make up numbers here. You have a $2,000 FCC, and cruise number one will cost $800, and cruise number two is $500. Yes, if you're on both sailings and the FCC is in your name, absolutely. Basically, Zach, when you apply an FCC to cruise number one, the remainder value gets reissued back to you, and you take that reissued value and apply it to cruise number two. The thing you can't do, Zach, is split it among other people. Like, you can't, you apply to cruise number one, and then you're like, hey, Matt, wouldn't it be great if you came on the cruise with me? I'm giving you the rest of my FCC. Well, that's very generous of you, Zach, but you can't do that. It's got to be in your name, or at least you're on the reservation, right? Now, if you invited me to stay in your room with you, that would work, but that would just be awkward. So we're not going to do that. But yeah, no, instead, if you're doing a back-to-back and you got an FCC that covers both cruises, absolutely, 100%. You can definitely use that. What am I most excited about? Wonder of the Seas, Superstarian wants to know. Oh, my goodness. I mean, I think the new pool deck, a lot of people are looking at the suite area. I'm thinking the new pool deck, the new top deck from start to finish, from back to front, looks amazing. Can't wait for that one. KB in the UK, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Great news regarding Wonder of the Seas. Thinking of eastbound transatlantic, but prior to that, there'll be a westbound transatlantic Chalice shipyard in France. Not as of right now, KB. The answer is, as of right now, it appears not. Could that change? Yes, I think it's unlikely, but it's possible. But as of right now, so basically the plan is the first sailing of Wonder of the Seas is in Fort Lauderdale, and there's no other things that we're aware of that you could book anyway before that, before the March 4th sailing. So you could do the transatlantic going back from Europe to the United States after the end of the European cruise season, but that's the extent of it. Mark Cruz, thank you for the super chat. We got to play laser tag on Wonder of the Seas. Sounds like a fun time. I've never done the laser tag. I'd like to do that at some point. So yeah, I love Emma is fantastic. There are some really good people here in the cruising YouTube community. And Emma, I think we all can agree. I mean, I don't know anyone who really has any beef with Emma. She's amazing. She's so good at what she does. She's fun. She's British. It's great. Andy says, I understand Emma perfectly, but then again, I'm English. Well, we insert here, Andy, that song from My Fair Lady. Why can't the British teach their children how to speak? Or whatever that song is. There's a song that goes on there, but yeah. I know in that, by the way, in that song, they like roll their eyes at even the Americans and how they speak English, but just saying. Kathy L just got off Oasis of the Seas yesterday. We had a great time. Awesome. Glad you had a nice time. What was your favorite thing on Oasis of the Seas? Tony Diaz coming with a super chat. 62 days till I'm stuck on a cruise ship with you. Can't wait, Tony, my friend. And by the way, Tony, I saw you've been booking some cruises here coming up pretty soon, man. You're gonna be living that Matt Hotchberg life out there. We love it. Don says, the hotel you just recommended, do they have a shuttle to the cruise port? No. And I'll be honest with you, Don. I don't like hotel shuttles anywhere, any place. I don't think they're worth it. I think I don't like hotel shuttles because, number one, they go on a limited schedule. Number two, I don't want to be standing around waiting for somebody else. And number three, I want to go to the cruise port when I'm ready to go to the cruise port. And inevitably, it doesn't jive with the schedule. My advice, Don, is get the best hotel that you can afford at the best price. So shop around, get that great hotel you like, and then use Lyft or Uber. It's so much easier. It's probably going to be cheaper, and like overall, because you're getting, instead of limiting yourself to hotels that have shuttles. And on top of all that, you move at your schedule. I'm telling you right now, I think it's the way to go, quite frankly. All right, next question. Profit, thank you for the super chat, my friend. While at each port, does Royal Caribbean allow a guest freedom to get on and off the ship whenever they want, or do they have a set number of times for getting on and off? What? So is your question basically when the ship is docked, you're in Cozumel. Is there a limited amount of times you can get off the ship? No, you can come and go as you please. As long as the ship is docked there and the gangway is open, you can come and go as you please. That includes, by the way, if you're ever doing an overnight, it's like a floating hotel, basically. So no, if that's your question, then yeah. Ray Thompson. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Is there a shuttle from the ship to Chill Beach on CocoCay? Long walks wear me out. There is, Ray. So when you get off the ship, there's a shuttle that'll bring you down the pier. That's like shuttle 1. And then they can take you to a bigger shuttle, which does a loop around the island. And yes, they can bring you to Chill Island. You don't have to walk at all. It's really the way to go. And it's complimentary to use those shuttles. So, yep, you are good to go there, my friend. Andrew wants to know, are milkshakes included in the beverage package? If not, I don't mind paying for my milkshake. They are included with the beverage package. The issue with the milkshake, like as an example, Andrew, if you wanted to get a milkshake at Johnny Rockets, the answer is yes, your milkshake would be complimentary. But in some cases, it depends on the restaurant. They may make you actually sit down and pay the cover charge to dine there. But if you paid the dining charge and then use your credit for use your beverage package for the drink, at least your milkshake would be included. So there's that. Sharon Stockman with a super chat. Thank you, Sharon. What type of room did you book on Wonder? So we booked a balcony room on the inaugural sailing. I figured, Sharon, I barely spend time in my room to begin with. I can't even imagine how little time I'll be spending on my room on a brand new ship on the first sailing. I will be a kid in a candy shop running around trying to see it all, blog about it. I will not be in the room at all. So we just got a balcony room for that one. And then for the cruise we have on hold, Sharon, which if my kids will be coming for, because it'd be my kids' spring break, we actually have an Aqua Theater suite booked. We actually got a pretty good deal on it for booking on the first day, which is actually a really good tip if you're looking to book a cruise. Whenever a new itinerary comes out or a new ship and new itineraries come out, booking that first day can oftentimes be some of the best rates you can get. So it's why I always recommend to book your cruises as early as you can. Prices tend to go up over time, not down. So yeah, that would be why I did that. So that's what we have right now. We'll have to see which ones we go on. But Eddie Fish, what's up, man? Best hotel in Miami. There's a lot of great hotels. I recommend the Intercontinental, which is fantastic, as well as the Doubletree Biscayne Bay. Both are downtown. They're not the cheapest hotels in the world, but they're very good, and I would recommend staying there. I think they're very, very nice hotels. Let's see here. Tanito wants to know, if I booked a junior suite, do I pay for room service on Navigator of the Seas? I think you do. You still do. I don't believe you get the full suite benefits, Tanita. So if you booked a grand suite, the answer would be no, you don't pay the room service fees. And I'm 98% sure, Tanita, that you would still have to pay room service because a junior suite, despite the name, is not actually a full suite. So you don't get those full suite benefits. So Naomi wants to know, what times does the pools close on a cruise ship? You know, they usually close by the evening. They close down some of the pools, but there's usually like one pool and or one hot tub open for late night swimming. They'll eventually close them all down because they just can't staff them. But they're open most of the day, the early morning into the afternoon, and then in the evening, and then they start shutting down some of the pools. There's not really demand for it. But in the evening, there's still pools open. People like to go, swimming, and then they go to the movies, like they show movies. They're still keep at least one of the pools or the hot tubs open. So really depends on demand more than anything else. Archie wants to know, does Sky Class get the full room menu for room service? They do. Yeah. So you get the full service, you get the full room service menu. And Archie, when the main dining room is open, you can order from there as well. So in addition to. But Superstarian wants to know, if Wonder is past their sea trials, why do you think Royal Caribbean is waiting until March 4th to sail? Well, Superstarian, this is a good question. When a cruise ship does its sea trials, it's not complete. It just means structurally it's complete. Like the systems are there. The sea trials has out the systems. But if you were to go on the ship right now, most of the venues would be bare bones. At this point in the construction, now is when a lot of the insides get populated with couches and chairs and tables and decorations. Like that's the last part, and that takes a lot of time. So that's primarily why that's the case. So Let's see here. Eric says back from adventure this past week. CocoCay was amazing. Isn't it amazing? We love it. Hey, John Corey, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Woo! That deserves that. Thank you, John, for the super chat. No message here, but maybe I'll look for your message, John, in case sometimes I know people, when you do the super chats, you can miss the messages. So I want to make sure you get you don't miss out on that one. But thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Carlos, is Royal Caribbean doing anything about check-in times and passengers arriving before the scheduled time? No. You know what they're doing? Beat it. Go stand over there and wait for your time. They're not saying that like that. Okay, I'm saying it like that. Here's my advice: do not show up early. Listen. I know before COVID you could do that. You can't do that anymore. And if you show up early, you are going to be standing around in Florida heat, clogging up the system. Do yourself a favor, stay in your hotel room, go to lunch, do something else, but do not show up early. There's a lot of people who are still doing it. It's probably the biggest issue, the biggest mistake people are still making is, for whatever reason, whether they are not aware that the policy has changed, whether they think, nah, they'll let me in, or whatever the case may be, they're still showing up early, and don't do it. Show up at your time. I've been on 7 or 8 cruises now. Every single time they've been enforcing those times. So make sure you show up on time, not early. Yeah, I'm looking for I was looking for make sure I don't miss John's question right there. So let's see here. Steve, I was on the same Wonder Cruise. Hey, what's up, Steve? Wonder Cruise is you, and the price of my cabin went up 120. It's interesting because we had a price drop like the next day, but it goes up. You never know. Camilla wants to know, hey Matt, do you know if something this is currently doing any game shows like Love and Marriage or Quest? Not the Quest, but I know that some shows, I have seen Love and Marriage. They performed Love and Marriage on one of the ships I was just on. Was it Mariner or was it Odyssey? They've definitely been doing it on some ships, but the Quest has not been back yet that I have seen. The Teresa McChain, live from Onboard Freedom of the Seas. Thank you for the super chat, Teresa. I am extremely jealous of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jim Dupuis says, hey, Matt. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Jim. Appreciate you. Sailing on Freedom this weekend at the Bahamas, CocoCay. Do you need the Bahamas health visa? No, you do not. The only reason you need the health visa is if you were flying to the Bahamas to start your cruise, like an adventure of the seas, but you do not need the health visa. You're good to go. All you need to do before your cruise, as you probably already know, Jim, is to do that pre-COVID test. So good to go. Nathan wants to know, I'm going to answer Nathan's question in a second. Let me grab a water. Nathan wants to know, how does Royal Caribbean handle it if you or your spouse test positive 2 days before sailing? Great question. If you or anybody in your group test positive up to 14 days before your cruise, full refund. You just tell them, look, I'm really sorry. Unfortunately, somebody in our group got COVID. No worries. Full refund. So, and that's a really generous offer right there. Ken, I do have an update for you. I don't have a Royal Caribbean update, but I have a ray of hope, a sliver of hope for you, Ken. So, and I'm not sure if you saw this on RoyalCaribbeanblog.com, but Celebrity Cruises, which of course is a sister company to Royal Caribbean, posted an update to their policy, and the CDC has updated their policy, and I suspect Royal Caribbean will update it as well, but it hasn't happened yet. Anyway, Ken, Celebrity will now allow mixed mRNA vaccines. So if you got Pfizer and or Moderna, like a combination of one of those, you're good. That's acceptable now. But others not. Anyway, I have the full details, Ken, at RoyalCaribbeanblog.com. Sue Lee, thank you for the super chat. Cruising in 7 days on Independence of the Seas, received her at-home test today. Back to back to back in December, an adventure, all in a junior suite. We love it. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Sue. Actually, Sue, you reminded me of something. I don't think we've talked about this live on stream, but this finally came, and it's because of you guys, because of the Sue Lees, the Sharon Stockmans, all of you amazing people. We got this from YouTube. We got the silver plaque for passing 100,000 subscribers. Finally came in the mail, and I just wanted to say thank you to all of everybody in here, because without you guys, this does not happen. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your support. Listen, I don't do it for this, but this is for you guys. This is a testament to the community we have built here, and it's because of people like all of you who join me here week after week, who are sources of great positivity, very helpful for everyone else here in the chat, because obviously I can't answer every single question, and are just generally great people that I truly enjoy speaking with every Monday. And obviously, you guys read RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. In addition to that, but this community we have on YouTube is fantastic. Thank you all. That does not happen without you. So thank you for your support. I appreciate you on that one. Vicky Belleville, thank you for the super chat. I just completed my first ever cruise yesterday. Vicky, I'm so happy. I was on alert and I had a wonderful time. I'm hooked. It's the only way to have a vacation. Vicky, that is such great news. I love it that you're hooked now. First ever cruise. Man, you picked a great time to start cruising because you probably have that ship to yourself. That is fantastic. Love that. D-Alt has a question. What times do the shows usually start each night? Great question. So it depends. The answer is it depends. That's a bad answer for you, D. You're like, this Matt guy, why do you get that plaque? He doesn't give anything information out here. But I got a better answer for you, D. What you got to do is look at a past cruise compass. The cruise compass is the news. Do I have one? Yeah, hang on. I think I have a prop. Hang on. Okay. So every night on your cruise, you're going to get one of these things, which is the cruise compass. And in here is a listing of all the times, all the events for your ship. So, the schedule may differ from Odyssey of the Seas to Allure of the Seas to Freedom of the Seas. Now you're saying, well, that's great, Matt, but where do I get one of these things? Aha, I got you there as well. Check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com is where you can find, we have an archive of them. In our main menu, you'll see a link that says Cruise Compass. Click on that, and you will find it. Hopefully that answers your question. Dan Wolf with the super chat. Thank you, Dan. My wife and I are on an adventure in November. Should we book another cruise now? Take advantage of the double Crown Anchor points, or on the cruise, take advantage next cruise. Double Crown Anchor points. And this doesn't actually, you know what, Dan, has nothing to do with the points, but you should book it now. Why should you book it now, Dan? Because the best strategy is always to book as early as you can. My concern for you would, if you waited to your cruise on November, is between now and November, the price could have gone up, thus negating any savings you would be getting, any benefit you'd be getting from booking on board. Book it now, lock in the price. That's definitely the way to go. Zario wants to know, do they still test you on Royal Caribbean even if you're vaccinated? Yes. Well, that being said, you have to get a test before your cruise, even if you're vaccinated. If that's your question, then that's your answer. Let's see here. Thank you guys for the very kind comments. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Terry, do I think Royal Caribbean, we talked a little bit about this. Do you think Royal Caribbean will update its policy and mix vaccinations in line with celebrity? I don't see why they wouldn't. Number one, the policy came down. The CDC updated its policy. I think just Royals doing whatever. Different, companies move at different speeds. So I'm not surprised that it's not happening at the same time, but I would expect it to be the case. Let's put it that way. Susan Westfall, thank you for the super chat. Just saying hi and congrats on your milestone. Susan, thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate you, and that's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, and Wendy, again, I don't want to ring the bell of like you guys are good to go here. I don't want to give any false hope out there. But check out the update that I posted about celebrity cruises. Again, it's one part of it. It's not quite the whole thing, but it's a glimmer of hope. It's a step in the right direction. So check it out before you. I don't know your particular situation, so I don't want to give you again false hope right there. Kenny K, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Silver, talk about the insiders. You guys know who you are. The Royal Caribbean Blog insiders who support us here at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. You guys are fantastic. I'm so lucky. I talked to Kenny just about the fact that we had, obviously a great community here, but that it goes beyond YouTube, as you're well aware, Kenny. But it's I appreciate you guys, and it's fantastic. Teresa McShane, thank you for the super chat. Off to find a lava flow with Kraken. That is the only reason, that is the only acceptable reason to ever leave my chat. It's the only otherwise you're not allowed to leave my chat. So D-Alt is like, oh great, now I can never leave. Archie, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Again, big congrats, Matt. You deserve it. Thank you very much. Thank you for making such an amazing community. Thanks to everyone for being so awesome. Thank you, my friend. That's very, very kind of you to say, Archie. I appreciate you. Thank you. And we also have Ray coming in with a super chat. I just bid on Royal Up a couple days ago, wondering if I waited too late. Opinion. No, never too late, too early. Honestly, Ray, there is no rhyme or reason as to when or they may or may not accept your bid. Josh Carruthers is in our chat right now. They went out to the last minute to tell him, I'm sorry, Josh, you didn't get your upgrade. So it can really just run the gamut of things out there. So where does Odyssey of the Seas rank on my list of favorite ships? I'm going to wait and see when I go back on her in November to let you know how I feel. It's very high up there. I'm just not sure exactly where it stacks up. I got to figure it out, quite frankly. So, Hope wants to. What's up, Hope? When am I going on my next cruise? March. Geez, God, let's not hope March. October 8th. October 8th. Mariner of the Seas. Quick 3-night cruise with the kids. So, thank you, Mr. Don Goldstein. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Mike Pastore. Thank you. Ben wants to. That's a good question. Is Wonder of the Seas going to be westernized before coming over? So, what Wonder of the Seas was originally supposed to go to China, and up until last week, she was going to China. And when cruise ships are designed for the Asian cruise market, they get certain features added and certain features taken away or never put on in the case of Wonder of the Seas. And Ben wants to know, well, now that she's not going to China, are they going to un-Asiafy it or westernize it? And the answer is we don't know yet, Ben. I suspect yes. I mean, if you look at the deck plans, there got to be some updates that are going to be happening. Like there's a baccarat room on deck 4 that will almost certainly not make it to see the light of day when it comes to passengers on board Fort Lauderdale, because it's just that's a feature. A baccarat room, something that would be very popular in China and absolutely not popular at all here in the U.S. or even in Europe for that matter. So yes, I believe so. But we have not gotten confirmation from Royal Caribbean, so that is my guess right there. Barry wants to know, when on the ship, do you have to carry your phone around with you to do stuff like looking at the menu, etc.? Can you leave it in your room? Sure, you can. In fact, I'm a big tech guy. I love tech stuff. I'm a big nerd. You guys know this already. But I actually prefer in the restaurants to have a paper menu. So if you don't want to use your phone, you don't have to. You might be at a slight disadvantage, especially booking entertainment. But no, you could definitely leave the phone in your room if you wanted to. Sip of water over here. Hey, Melanie. Has the main dining room menu changed at all? Not for dinner, but for breakfast and lunch it has. Lunch significantly. Breakfast got kind of a facelift, and lunch got completely redone. So, Andrew wants to know, have I ever been on a Disney cruise? And if so, how was it? Yes, when I first started cruising, I went on Disney, actually. This is many, many years ago. And I loved it, but Andrew, Disney Cruise Line prices are ridiculously expensive. Like, there's expensive, and then there's ridiculously expensive. And it's ridiculously expensive because it's not a premium cruise line. It's not a luxury line. You're paying luxury line prices for a mass market cruise line. It's just doesn't add up. You are paying 2 to 3 times the price for a Disney cruise over a Royal Caribbean cruise, and you're paying it for the name Disney. That's what it comes down to, because they offer very similar experiences, family stuff to do. In fact, I think Royal Caribbean has way more for families to do on board than Disney ever does. But people love the mouse, and they pay the prices for that. And I can understand a little bit of a markup. I can understand, sometimes some brands cost a little bit more than others, right? We all know that. But I don't know why you would pay 2 to 3 times, double, triple what a Royal Caribbean cruise costs for a Disney cruise. In my opinion, there's absolutely nothing on a Disney cruise that is worth it. I feel very strongly about that. There's nothing, literally nothing. Meeting characters, it's very nice. It is not worth paying double or triple. And the free soda, we'll move on from that. So yeah, I'm not a fan, Andrew. Not a fan. Let's see here. Brent wants to know, where can you see your onboard credit on Royal Caribbean's website? So Brent, when you go into the cruise planner and you log into your account, you pick your sailing, in the top right corner, it will I don't know if this is my top right. This looks like your top left. Whatever. In the top right corner, it will have your onboard credit listed over there. In addition, Brent, of course, your travel agent can let you know how much onboard credit is on your account as well. Spencer is going on your first Royal Caribbean cruise. That's fantastic. Awesome, my friend. Awesome. Which ship are you going on, by the way, Spencer? I'm curious to know. Kevin wants to know, when is the best time to purchase trip insurance for a cruise at the time of booking or prior to make a final payment? Either way, I don't think it's the price never really changes, Kevin. There's no advantage. It's truly up to you when you want to do it. Don't forget, Kevin, there's also, you can buy travel insurance through third parties. In fact, I buy my travel insurance through third parties. But there isn't a best or worst time. I don't think it really matters. I think whenever, just before your cruise. That's really the bottom line. How often do I cruise? I would say not enough. My wife, if she was here right now, I'd be getting slapped. I not slap with it. She'd be giving me that look. You know that look that women give to their husbands, and it's like, okay, well, I cruise. I'm trying right now to go cruise once a month, once a calendar month. That's my goal. So, Andrew wants to know, when is Oasis of the Seas coming to New York? Good news, Kevin. Andrew, whoever you are. It already happened. She started sailing in September 5th. So it already happened, my friend. Love that. Archie wants to know, do the crew still sing in the main dining room? So do you know which nights? That's a good question, Archie. I don't know if they're still doing that with COVID or not. I have not eaten enough dinners in the main dining room to know. So I'm going to tell my wife, I say, listen, Archie asked me if they're still doing this. So I'm going to go on a ship and I'm going to check out the dining room. That's why I have to go. Not because I want to go, not because Josh Carruthers bought the drink package, because I've got to do this for research. Archie is counting on me. Happy anniversary. I think that plan will work. Jasmine says so many people on Facebook groups are saying they showed up early and got on. Well, it's the wrong thing to do. I've seen so many people standing outside and wasting their time. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now, you've been warned. That's all I will say. Hey, Robert from Australia is here. If doing a back-to-back and qualify for a meeting a crystal block, can you ask for the points take time to what? Robert, I know you're from Australia, but this English is a little suspect. If doing a back-to-back can qualify for a meet, ask the points take time. I think I know what you're asking. I think here's the thing, Robert. If you're going to get a block, now you, instead of getting the block per se, you have the choice of having it shipped home. And that Royal Caribbean instituted that a month or two ago. There was a big brouhaha over that, as I recall. But Subsipo wants to know, are they doing any events, Halloween events on or near October 31st? If your cruise goes on actually October 31st, yes, there are events. There's Halloween costumes, decorations, and whatnot. But no, if you're going on a cruise in like just middle of October, and your cruise doesn't actually go over October 31st, no, they do not do stuff on there for that. I'm behind on the super chats here. 1 second. We got to say, Sue Lee, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. No message there, but thank you, Sue Lee. I appreciate you. And Maltz99, thank you for the super chat. Just finished work early for a change. Just thought I'd pop in and listen for a bit. Happy New Year, late, and been a while since I've been on. Thank you, my friend. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you. Al, you don't have to ask the question. Just ask your question. Obviously, I can't answer every single question that's in the chat, but I'm trying my best to answer as many as I can. But you don't have to ask. Just post your question in chat. Let's see here. Brent is going on a cruise, Allure of the Seas, for first Royal Caribbean cruise. I've only sailed Carnival. Is Allure of the Seas a good ship to experience Royal Caribbean for the first time? Yeah, 100%. Oasis class ship. You'll love it a lot. It's fantastic. Really, really nice. Yep. Yep, you're good to go right there. Lisa says, no singing in the main dining room. Thanks, Lisa. Now I can't go on another cruise. Listen, I don't know. Lisa, we met her on a cruise ship, but, she's from Texas. Who knows what they're talking, right? Right? It's good to see you, Lisa. Thank you for the information. Kim Oakland wants to know, can you add money to your onboard account before your cruise? I don't remember the answer on this one, honestly. I want to say the answer is no, but maybe you can. I mean, here's the thing, Kim. You could always go down to guest services. And on the first, this actually was a technique I used to use before the drink package. And you could put down $100, $20, $1,000. You can put deposit money into your account proactively. And then obviously your account will draw against that. You could do that at the very least. But I'm not familiar with if you're able to actually add like onboard credit that you could then spend like in the cruise planner. I'm not aware of something like that. Yeah, and this is Michelle's got a similar question here. Can onboard credit be applied to this is a different question. Can onboard credit be applied to the next cruise station? Congrats, 100K. Thank you, my friend. Michelle, so can onboard credit be applied at the next cruise station? No, I know what you're asking. So Michelle's got $100 onboard credit. She's gonna go to next cruise and use that. Unfortunately, not. When you go to next cruise office, whatever you book does not go against your CPass account, Michelle. It goes straight against a credit card. You cannot charge it to your CPass account. It must go against a credit card in a completely different transaction altogether. So, yeah. Doesn't Oasis sail out in New Jersey and not New York? Yeah, technically, yes, but it's the same thing. Sorry, people in New Jersey, but it's the same thing. People say this, doesn't your cruise go out of Orlando? No, it goes out of Port Canaveral. But nobody knows where Port Canaveral is. Everyone knows where Orlando. By the same token, everybody knows New York, the New York area. But yes, it does go out. You're absolutely right. You're 100% right. Angela wants to know, how long will Wonder sail out of Florida? From between March and May, she will sail. So just a couple months. And then she's going over to Europe. And then Royal Caribbean has not announced what her plans will be after. They certainly could come back there. So never know. Trying to catch up on the chat here. I do not work for Royal Caribbean. No, I have no affiliation with Royal Caribbean whatsoever. I run RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, but I'm not a travel agent. I don't work for Royal Caribbean. I've never worked for Royal Caribbean. I'm just an independent guy, and but I just focus on Royal Caribbean. So I'm a big super fan, if that makes sense. Amy wants to know. Aimless Amy. Anyway, how difficult is it to get vegan options for Royal Caribbean? Say ratings or Navigator. Actually, it's really easy. Just talk to your staff about it. When you sit down for the restaurant, just let them know you're vegan. You can actually, in the main dining room, they're very accommodating for this. They can prepare new things for you the next day, but they have options for you. In fact, in the main dining room, for dinner, there is a vegan menu. The Windjammer has a lot of great vegan options as well. So they're very accommodating. They can do a great job with that. Lori, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. First time here, very helpful. Thank you. You are very welcome. Welcome, Lori. I'm glad you were here. By the way, my name is Matt. Glad to have you here. Thank you for joining. And Prophet with another super chat. Thank you, Prophet. After cruising on Oasis of the Seas, what would be the second best ship to go on? How about Odyssey of the Seas? I'd go on Odyssey. Brand new ship. Can't go wrong with that. I think you like that quite a bit. It's really, really good. Jay, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Do you know if there'll be a President's Cruise this year or next? I do not. Royal Caribbean has not announced any plans for it. Let's put it that way, Jay. Could it happen? Sure. I think this year is almost certainly, like 2021, almost certainly not going to happen. They need more ramp up time, Jay. I just don't see that. I think they've run out of time for that. 22? You never know. I think they've expressed interest to do it again. It's just with everything happening, it's just everything happening. So Tony. It's not true, Tony. We all love Tony, right? Going on Odyssey of the Seas this Saturday. Any tips? Well, if you haven't seen it already, we have a video that I posted the other day on our YouTube channel. Check it out, the top 10 Odyssey of the Seas hidden secrets. It's on our YouTube channel. I posted it like last week. Check that out. That is my tip right there. So, Jim wants to know, when you're Diamond, is the 4 drinks they load on your SeaPass card just for alcohol drinks? No, it's for anything, Jim. Soda, coffee, any drink that costs you extra, just like the drink package, basically. Same rules as the drink package. Teresa B wants to know, do all next cruise bookings qualify for onboard credit for that next cruise? Yes. I'm sorry. Now I understand your question. So when you book a cruise on board a cruise ship, you don't get a discount on your cruise on that cruise. What you get is free onboard credit. And the answer is yes, Teresa. You do get, no matter what you book, you'll get something for booking it. Might be it depends on how long the cruise is, the type of booking, whether it's refundable or not refundable. A couple other things there. So yeah. Let's see here. Rachel wants to know, are vaccines required? If you're above the age of 12, yes, they are. Lots of questions here. I'm trying to get as many as I can, guys. But thank you for joining us here. I do appreciate it. Wow, we're at 43 minutes. Holy moly. Adrian wants to know, does Cruise with Confidence apply to non-refundable deposit? Can you reprice the non-refundable? I know you dislike non-refundable deposits. You're correct on all that. Yes, it does. Next Cruise Confidence applies to non-refundable, and you are still able to reprice cruises on non-refundable. Yeah, the thing you can't do with non-refundable is obviously is cancel or change sail dates or ships. But you could obviously cancel with the Cruise with Confidence and then use that FCC to apply towards a new sailing. Yes, that'd be okay. So, yep, absolutely. The only reason I guess the thing for you, Adrian, would be the benefit of refundable deposit in this scenario would be if you wanted cash back, then a refundable has an advantage on that. So, Drager wants to know, going on New Year's Eve on Navigator, what can you expect for New Year's Eve party? A lot of parties all over the ship. It's not just one party. There's many different parties going on there. We had a really, really nice time. So, hey, 12th Man Proud is here. What's up, man? Any word on capacity for Sweet Neighborhood? I wonder any food available there. Don't know, and probably, but we don't know yet. They haven't said anything. So, it's a good question. I guess you could do 12th Man if you really were bored, is go up, figure out how many suites there are on Wonder of the Seas, figure out the capacity, multiply, and you get your number there. But I don't know that's how accurate that is, quite frankly. Garrett, thank you for the super chat, Garrett. 60 days till November 19th, Navigator cruise, but still no checking any predictions when. Yeah, actually, Garrett, it's really easy to figure out. So, Garrett, open your Royal Caribbean app. Go to the app. You should see a thing in here. Like, let me see if I can. do this really quickly. In the app, or if you log into the website, it tells you when online check-in will show up. So if I pick a sailing coming up here in the future, bear with me here a moment. Here's I have a cruise in November. It's loading in my app. And you will see. I don't want to show you guys all this information here. Oh no, that's it. I can hide it. Perfect. So right here, check-in opens October 1. Do you see that? That's what you need to know. So there's no prediction. There's nothing to predict. It's in the app. Check it over there. You will find exactly when it's available. Oh, I'm out of focus. Hello, camera. I'm right here. There we go. Fixed. And Jeanette, thank you for the super chat. So Jeanette gave me the super chat. Thank you, Jeanette. Here's her question. Hi, Matt. There it is. Any interest in hotels near port in Tampa, Florida? Yes. Gosh, what was I don't remember the name. This is a terrible recommendation. Yes, I don't remember what it's called. There's a Marriott downtown. There's a Hyatt. I don't remember what these ones are called. Honestly, Jeanette, if I were you in Tampa, I would go to Priceline. I would do an express deal. I'd pick 4 stars or higher, and I would pick the downtown area, and that's what I would pick. And then you get something out there. Guys in the chat, let's help Jeanette out here. Can you guys recommend a hotel in downtown Tampa that is a good recommendation for a pre-cruise stay? There's Steve Cohen. Thank you, Steve. Steve lives in Tampa, the Marriott next to Amile Arena. Amelia, Amile. Thank you, Steve. See, I knew someone would have my back in here. I was thinking, where all my Tampa peeps at? Thank you for your generosity there, Jeanette. I appreciate you. Let's see. Steve wants to know my opinion on Serenade of the Seas. Looking at the Ocean View Room on deck 3. I have not been on Serenade, but I've been on her sister Brilliance. Love it. It's great. You know, she doesn't have, as you're probably already aware, like, Royal Promenade or Flow Riders, but it's a fun ship. I really like the Radiance class. So I'm a big fan of that one. Philip wants to know, do the days you cruise count towards reaching the next level of rewards on Royal Caribbean, even cruises 5 days or less? Yes, it's per night. So every night you cruise counts, whether it's a 3-night cruise, 7-night cruise. Every night is a point, if you will. And if you're staying in a suite, then it's 2 points per night. And if you're staying by yourself, it's 2 points. If you're staying by yourself in a suite, then it's 3 points. And under the double points promo, which is still current, if you book a cruise by the end of this month, then you double all those numbers I just gave you. Susie Junko, hello and welcome. SB, first time on a cruise looking to go on Harmony this season. Any tips for traveling to Orlando from the UK with 2 AstraZeneca jabs? There should be a problem going through the US customs. I don't know about that. You have to check with, I know that you're probably well aware. The US is about to relax those protocols. I don't know how that works with AstraZeneca. And I don't know the answer to that question yet. But for Harmony of the Seas, a lot of great stuff there. We have at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com a guide and secrets. Just go to Google, type in Royal Caribbean blog, and then Harmony of the Seas. You'll find a bunch of blog posts I've written all about that. That'd be the way to go about it. Carol's got a question for us. Just booked Oasis for October. Looks like a max number of special dining is 3. Can you purchase that twice to get 6? The 3-night package? No, you can't do that. So I think you're asking, Carol, is a 3-night dining package, not unlimited, just 3 nights, all you see. Can you buy 2 of them and then have 6 nights? No, it doesn't work that way. What I would recommend is buy the 3-night package for now, just one. But keep an eye out for it. Usually they will add the unlimited dining will show up eventually. So I'd be pretty surprised, Carol, if it doesn't. But no, you can't double up. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Amalia wants to know, when this is going to be vaccinated only for the European season? We don't know yet. It's way too far out there. Amalia, Royal Caribbean has only put out its protocols for October right now, early October, only the first half. So who knows what the protocols will be going all the way into next summer. I mean, it's impossible to know. So you didn't imagine that. Florida did ban that, but there's a loophole that came out of it. You know what the loophole is? The Bahamas. The Bahamas basically said, if you want to visit the Bahamas, you need to be fully vaccinated. It's the same reason, Sub-Zippo, that an airline can mandate a vaccine for its customers if they're flying to a country that has a mandate. It's not, don't shoot us. It's not it's the country you're going to. We're just making sure you're not going to get turned around and get, not thrown in jail, but, not denied entry. That's how they get around that problem there. So the Bahamas kind of got around that particular issue. Let's see here. Brad wants to know, will Royal Caribbean provide a test if you're traveling back to Canada after the cruise? Yes. On board the ship, let them know, Brad. I would do this like on the first or second day of the cruise. Let them know you need a test to get get home. They'll provide one for you, complimentary, usually on the last day of the cruise. You'll get it within time before you leave the ship. Not to worry about that. So, yep, absolutely. GS Adventures. Listen. I don't know this for a fact, but I would bet you all of Tony Diaz's money and his favorite car and at least 6 donuts from Dunkin' Donuts that Explorer of the Seas will have Royal Caribbean app support when it sails. Could be wrong, but that's my guess. Krish Patel wants to know, what's the best location to go cruising from the U.S.? Wherever you can find it, my friend. There's not, I don't know, there's a better or worse place to go out of. Just Miami's fantastic. Can't ever go wrong with Miami, but there's really not a wrong answer, quite frankly. They're all really, really good. All right, time for another question or two, guys. I'm going to run on out of here. Let's see here. Ryan Reynolds. Hey, Matt, if I've already checked in now, but it's saying check-in is closed and we'll reopen on September 23rd, we'll have to redo. Yeah, we talked about this earlier, but I'm happy to answer this again for you, Ryan. The answer is I don't know, but I strongly suspect you might have to. So my recommendation is check again on September 23rd, just to be certain. But I think it's going to. We don't know. We've never this never happened before. So we're in new territory right here. And our last question of the day, Nick from Singapore, our very good friend. Another ship coming to Asia. So sad. Wonder canceled. No plans have been announced. Nick, could that change? Absolutely. But the thing going for you right now is, of course, that Australia is still closed, and they almost certainly will not have a cruise season this summer or winter or whatever you want to look at it. So maybe they'll reposition a ship instead, whether it's Hong Kong or Singapore or Shanghai. I don't know, but nothing's been announced, Nick, so we don't know that for a fact. Just something to think about as we kind of move forward right there. And yeah. Tony says no. He's not giving up the money. All right, well, listen. When I'm wrong on that bet, you owe that guy your car and all your money. I'm just saying. Shouldn't get involved in these bets, Tony, if you don't want to be if you want to pay out if you lose. All right, last question. Seriously, this is an easy one. Is Allure the Sea sailing now? It is. Yes, it is. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. And I want to say some thank yous to the super chatters tonight. Nick, thank you for the super chat. Jeanette, thank you for the super chat. Garrett, thank you for the super chat. Prophet BK, thank you for the super chat. Lori, thank you for the super chat. Maltz99, thank you for the super chat. Sue Lee, thank you for the super chat. Ray Thompson, thank you for the super chat. Archie, thank you for the super chat. Teresa, thanks very much for the super chat. Kenny K, thank you, Kenny, for the super chat. Susan Westfall, thank you for the super chat. Dan Wolf, thank you for the super chat. Vicky Belleville, thank you for the super chat. Sue Lee, thank you again for the super chat. Jim Dupuis, thanks for the super chat. Teresa McShane, thank you for the super chat. John Corey, thank you, my friend, for your generosity. Sharon Stockman, as always, thank you, Sharon. Ray Thompson, thank you for the super chat. Prophet BK, thank you again for the super chat. Tony Diaz, thank you, Tony. Mark Cruz, thank you for the super chat. KB in the UK, thank you for the super chat. Zach, thank you so much. Celia, thank you. Bear Bull Cruising, thank you very much. Hallman2112, thank you for the super chat. Dave and Sherry, thank you. Sharon Stockman, the legend, again, thank you so much for your generosity. Jason Anquiles, thank you for the super chat. Archie the Archie, thank you for the super chat. Josh Carruthers, my friend, thank you for the super chat. Tequila's on me next time. Tim Walton, thank you for the super chat. And Charles, thank you for your generosity and for the super chat. Guys, check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. If I didn't answer your question, I'm so sorry. We'll be live again next Monday, or you can go to the Royal Caribbean Blog message boards and post your question over there. Answer it for you in between something English. I can't do this, but yeah, you'll get your question answered there as well. If not, we'll talk again next Monday. Guys, have a great rest of your week. Stay safe out there. Do something fun, and we'll talk again very, very soon right here on YouTube. Bye, everybody.